Diamond importers and exporters hit a big bump here in the USA during June in what was almost inevitable considering market conditions here at home. Polished exports surpassed polished imports for the very first time, and by quite a decent amount too. Let's look at the numbers. Polished imports rose 21%, but polished exports surged 70%, reversing the net import to a negative 287 million. Since about June of 2007, the polished exports and imports have been narrowing each month, but this process accelerated in November. New polished export records were hit first in June '07, then again in November, and then in February, March, and May this year, before this new all-time high was set in June. A good chunk of these diamonds are heading back to Israel. What are all the figures showing us there, Zach?
Well, that does seem to agree with Israel's latest data, Jeff. But remember, Israel reports a month ahead of the U.S., so I already had July's numbers here. The January to July U.S. polished imports from Israel are down 13%. While the U.S. still remains Israel's largest trading partner at 44% of total Israeli exports, trading will continue to soften there until the retail sector comes out of its recession. Total polished exports for July, however, increased 9% to $392 million, with most of that growth in the Far East and Europe. Hong Kong is up 40%. Belgium is up 30%, and Switzerland is up 29%, while India increased an impressive 315% during the period. Incidentally, Israel made its most impressive showing ever at the India International Jewelry Show in Mumbai. Some 25 Israeli companies made up Israel's first ever pavilion at the show. I caught up with Stephen Fernandez, reporting for Rapaport India, who had a few comments on activity at the show after it closed Monday.
Diamond and gem set jewelry did particularly well. The Israeli and Belgium pavilions, they had mixed reactions. Alyssa Goren of Israel Diamond Institute said there was a positive buzz about the show. Visitors are spending quality time at the Israeli booth. There is an interest and awareness of what Israeli companies have to offer. Loose diamond sellers both from Israel and Belgium commented that there was a tremendous price resistance from Indian buyers. Some saw movement of their goods only after softening their asking prices. Overall, diamond buyers are not willing to firm up prices. In the colored gemstones and jewelry segment, the pavilion did not think they had achieved their full potential, even though they did see a fair amount of business. Bird charts of Benelux Diamonds of Belgium said visitor footfall and interest in products was good. But there was again the issue of buyers looking at lower price points for higher end goods. Overall, for domestic and global visitors and exhibitors, this was one of the best IIJS. And the buzz is going to continue for the months to come. This is Stephen Fernandez reporting for Rapaport.
So with that said, back to you in New York, Jeff.
Thank you, Zach, and Stephen, for your report. In retail news, Macy's reported a sales decline of 3% to $5.7 billion during second quarter. Profits fell almost 1.5% to $73 million. Retail jeweler Whitehall begins its liquidation sale today at 373 stores and 78 Friedman stores that Whitehall acquired in April. If you recall, Whitehall filed for Chapter 11 in June and was hoping to find a buyer. The bankruptcy court granted the jeweler's liquidators until year-end to complete a going-out-of-business sale. Liquidators estimate some $750 million in inventory will be sold at greatly reduced prices. Whitehall was founded in 1895 under the name Marx Brothers Jewelers. In precious metals news, it is an interesting point that gold followed platinum by losing all of its gains made since January. On the week, gold is down 6% to $823.90 an ounce. Platinum is down almost 6% to $14.97 an ounce, and silver is down 11% to $14.70 an ounce. Be sure to check diamonds.net for all the latest news.